Is onion juice good for hair growth? Full guide on how to use it safely. On this channel, we often talk about natural home remedies that include onion juice. Lots of people swear by it, but does it really work? In today's video, I'll cover why you might want to try onion juice, how to make and apply it properly, and how to use it safely so you avoid any negative side effects. Let's get started. Section 1. Why use onion juice? First, let's take a look at why onion juice might help your hair grow. Onions are rich in sulfur, which is a key ingredient that makes up the protein keratin. Keratin is the main building block of your hair, so eating foods high in sulfur like onions could help your hair grow stronger and thicker. Plus, the sulfur content in onion juice may also help improve blood circulation to your scalp. Better scalp circulation means that your hair follicles get more oxygen and nutrients so they can thrive. Now, there's some small studies that show that onion juice has other hair-friendly benefits. For example, one study found that onion juice helped mice regrow their hair after just 4 weeks, while another study showed that onion juice helped prevent hair loss in mice by 40% when applied twice a day. However, keep in mind that these studies were done on mice, not humans. Also, there's no large-scale studies on whether onion juice helps people grow new hair or prevents hair loss. So, while the research is promising, don't expect onion juice to be a miracle cure for hair loss or hair thinning. Instead, think of it as a possible way to support your hair health along with a nutritious diet and a gentle hair care routine. Now that we know the potential benefits of onion juice, let's move on to Section 2 and learn how to prepare it for hair growth. Section 2. How to make onion juice for hair growth. To make onion juice for hair growth, you'll need 2 to 3 medium-sized onions. Here are step-by-step instructions on how to do it. First, you're going to peel the brown outer leaves until you're left with just the green tops and a nice little onion. Next, you'll want to chop up the onion into smaller pieces, and you can do this however you like. Just make sure to chop them into very small pieces so that they can blend easily. Once you've chopped up the onion, you can either blend them in a blender or you can grate them by hand using a fine grater. I personally like to use a blender because it makes the process quicker and easier. If you are using a blender, just add the chopped onions to the blender and then add a little bit of water, about 1/4 cup. This will help the blender process the onions more easily. Then blend the mixture on low speed until the onions become a smooth, creamy pulp. Now, if you're grating the onions by hand, it will take a little bit longer, but it's still pretty easy. Just use a fine grater and grate the onions until they form a smooth, creamy pulp. Alright, once you've made the pulp, you're almost ready to extract the juice. But before you do that, you'll need to strain the mixture through a piece of cloth to remove any solid pieces. This will make the juice less chunky and easier to apply to your scalp. To do this, place a piece of cheesecloth or a strainer over a bowl, and then pour the onion pulp into the strainer. Let the liquid drain out and discard the solids. Now what you're left with in the bowl is your raw onion juice. It should be a pale yellow color and have a strong onion smell. Now, if you want to, you can mix in 1 tablespoon of coconut oil or lemon juice per tablespoon of onion juice. This will help neutralize the strong onion smell and also make the juice less sticky and more moisturizing for your hair and scalp. And now that we know how to make onion juice, let's move on to Section 3 and learn how to apply it safely to our hair. Section 3. How to apply onion juice to your hair. Before you apply onion juice to your hair, it's important to do a patch test first. A patch test is a small amount of the juice on a tiny section of your skin, usually on your arm or behind your ear, and letting it sit for 24 hours to see how your skin reacts to it. This is an important step because onion juice can cause redness, itching, or burning in some people. Now, if you do a patch test and your skin reacts negatively to the onion juice, then you shouldn't use it as a hair growth remedy. However, if the patch test shows no signs of irritation, then you're ready to apply the juice to your hair. To apply the juice, grab a cotton ball or a spray bottle and soak it in the onion juice. Then apply the juice to your scalp, making sure to cover the areas where you want to promote hair growth. You can also gently massage the juice into your scalp to help stimulate your hair follicles. Once you've applied the juice, let it sit for 15 to 30 minutes. Then rinse it out with a gentle, mild shampoo and finish with a lightweight conditioner. Now, if you want to use onion juice as a leave-in treatment, you can do that too. Just apply it to your hair and scalp as you normally would and leave it in until your next shampoo. However, I wouldn't recommend using onion juice as a leave-in treatment for more than a few days at a time, since it can be heavy and greasy. For best results, repeat this treatment 2 to 3 times per week to maximize the benefits of the onion juice and promote hair growth. Alright, now that we know how to apply onion juice, let's move on to Section 4 and talk about the side effects and risks of using onion juice. Section 4. Side effects and risks of onion juice. Overall, onion juice is considered safe for most people to use as a hair growth remedy. However, there are a few side effects and risks to be aware of before using onion juice on your hair. As I mentioned earlier, onion juice may cause redness, itching, or burning on your scalp or skin. If this happens, then you should discontinue use immediately and rinse your scalp thoroughly with cold, soapy water. Additionally, if you have any open wounds or cuts on your scalp, then you should avoid applying onion juice to those areas as it could cause irritation and delay healing. Keep in mind that onion juice is not a cure for hair loss or hair thinning. While it may promote hair growth in some people, it won't be a guaranteed result. And finally, perhaps the most well-known downside of onion juice is its strong smell. The pungent, sulfuric odor of raw onion juice can be overpowering and linger on your hair and scalp for hours. But, as I mentioned earlier, you can mix the juice with coconut oil or lemon juice to help neutralize the smell. You can also try using essential oils such as lavender, peppermint, or tea tree oil to mask the odor. To do this, add 5 drops of your chosen essential oil to each tablespoon of onion juice and mix well before applying to your hair. Alright, now that we've covered the side effects and risks of using onion juice, let's move on to Section 5 and wrap up this video. Section 5. Final thoughts on using onion juice for hair growth. Onions are a nutritious food that can be used topically to potentially support hair growth and improve scalp health. When applied to the hair and scalp, the sulfur compounds in onion juice may help strengthen hair follicles and promote thicker, stronger hair. However, it's important to remember that everyone's hair is different, and what works for one person may not work for another. While onion juice may be a helpful addition to your hair care routine, it's not a guaranteed cure for hair loss or hair thinning. For best results, use onion juice as part of a healthy hair plan that includes a balanced diet, regular exercise, and gentle hair care practices. If you're looking for additional ways to support hair growth and improve scalp health, then check out my free guide, 7 Best Foods for Hair Growth. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Just click on the link and you'll be able to download the PDF right away. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them down below. I always love hearing from you guys, and if you haven't already, then be sure to subscribe so you can get more videos like this one. I'll see you next time.